What's up, guys? Got the GP glue it and screw it box here. So I'm gonna go over a few things with you guys. I know there's some people out there that never put a box together and wondering how to do this. I'm one of those guys. I've never put a box together before. I mean, it's really not that hard. I've already took everything out of the box and pieced it together, and it just fits like a glove, guys. I mean, look how clean these cuts are. These are perfectly machined cuts, so it's great. And I went with the option for the plexiglass windows and the terminals here. This is going to be, it comes with your hardware. You screw your terminals in, and this is your speaker connectors. Once you get it down in there, boom, screw it into place. Don't lose your screws. But the first thing I want to go over, and it tells you right here, it comes with this paperwork. It tells you right here, be sure baffle and flush baffle fit your subs properly. If you're going with the flush baffle, I didn't go with that. Sometimes websites do not have correct or outdated information on these measurements. In the rare circumstances that a measurement was off, contact GP. I'm gonna tell you guys, this is extremely important to follow. And that's saying, do not put your enclosure together until you check that your subwoofer fits within this mounting baffle. I got these for the Def Bonds MF8s. I'm gonna tell you right now, they don't fit. So I'm one of those rare circumstances. The speaker terminals on those 8s actually bump right here, so it doesn't fit. Even if I put it in sideways, I put one side in sideways, it goes in fine on one side, but then on the other side it just barely doesn't go in. So I'm actually going to wait for them to reach back out to me. I don't know if they're going to send me a new top plate or not, but we'll see. If not, I asked them if I can just sand this down just a little bit, because it's only like a little centimeter, guys, on my case where my sub don't fit. So maybe I'll just sand it down a little bit and it'll fit perfect. We'll see what happens. But if I were to invert them, they fit perfect. If I invert, but they're 8s. I don't want to invert them. It's a small box, whatever. Then you get all the, measurements and everything right here in the first page they give you. Well, they even tell you right here, what they recommend using for materials and screws and whatnot. So they recommend Elmer's wood glue or Elmer's Max wood glue, Tight Bond 2 or Tight Bond 3 to permanently bond pieces together, 1 1/4 wood screws, and 2 90-degree clamps. It says here you can use, I don't know what that word is, Craig jig. Can be used to screw panels together from the inside, minimizing exterior screw holes. So that's good information there. I'll show you here too real quick. Get that out of the way. You flip it over, you get this diagram of what it's supposed to look like put together. So shows you your port corners, your dimensions, inside baffle, front baffle, and that's for this plexiglass here. Fine. Yeah. So I mean, you can just sort of follow this diagram here. You'll get one with whatever size box you will place an order for as well, to sort of puzzle it together if you don't know really what you're doing, which is really nice, because it only took me about 10 minutes to piece this whole thing together by following this. Another thing I want to show you guys, I tell you guys to just actually don't just, aside from this baffle here. Don't just fucking start putting everything together and gluing and screwing right away, because you can mess up on a piece like this if you got the plexiglass. I'm gonna show you here. That just slides in there like that, and then you get this other piece, you place over it. Right, and here's where you can mess up, right? On a piece like this, see this extra gap right here? You need that extra gap, otherwise you're not going to piece together. If you put this on here like this, you don't have that gap now, and you screw or glue this into place, and you're kind of fucked, you know, because you can't go off of this side either. That's not long enough either. You have to properly size this up and piece it together. That way you kind of know what to expect before you get it done and completely over with. But yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks. Okay, guys, I also forgot to add too, when you order one of these, it takes quite a while to actually receive this from GP. I think it took me about 8 weeks before I got it. It says on their website to expect a 4 to 6 week delay on shipping for these things, but the wait is worth it, guys. This is very, very cleanly cut here, so the wait is worth it. But yeah, I will let you guys know what I end up doing about this baffle here once I hear back from GP. See if they recommend me just sanding this out a little bit more, or if they're gonna send a new one. I don't think, honestly, this cut would be perfectly fit for the sub if those speaker terminals on the sub weren't, they're kind of like pushed out on the sub a little bit. They're at an angle. If they were straight up and down, it would probably fit just perfect, but just the way that sub is made, that I don't think they messed up on the diameters. Because like I said, it fits perfectly fine if I invert it. But I don't think sanding this off is going to change that mounted surface too much. But like I said, I'm going to wait for GP to let me know. They're usually pretty good at getting back to people. So we'll update you once I know about that. Yeah, here you guys go.